This is Surf the Line. I just wanted to take a few minutes and show you basically show you how I set up Webull and how to fund it and how to trade on it. So this is a Pixel 3 XL. This is the widgets that come standard with Webull. These are my positions. These are just tiles that you can put any saved stock ticker and just track it that way. And you can refresh it by clicking on that icon. So let's get in it. So you can click on the widgets or the app itself to get into the app. Here's the app. I go back. This is my watch list. These are my positions. It's default. You can also save watch lists. Here's my EV watch list, right? Here is the markets tab. It has a lot of information on it. These are the 3 indexes: the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. All up on Friday. So you can see kind of overall advances and declines in the market. We had more advancers than decliners on Friday, which is good. And you can really see that on the NASDAQ, especially the open and the close. See a lot of inflow. So this is a really important part of the app that I use a lot. Top gainers, you can filter it by pre-market, after hours. You can just refresh the 5-minute over and over again. And if you want to do momentum plays, you can just look through these. If there's one that catches your eye, you can look at it, and if you want to catch a wave, you can buy high and sell higher. That's been working for me. So here are the top losers, same deal. You can sort by the day or the 5-minute, 5-day, 1 month. This is also really important, the most active stocks by volume, by turnover, by range. This is daily range, I think. And you can expand it. See the market cap. These are the hot ETFs. This will change obviously with the market. If you just want to play it safe and buy ETFs, you can choose from these. You can also rearrange these, so if you want to bring this to the top of your market tab, you can. And so here's the main tab as I look at it. This is your net account value, your account numbers at the top. I'm going to blur that out afterward, but you can see your account balance over time. You can look at your performance. So Webull is better than a lot of other apps because you can track your performance over time pretty clearly, your profit and loss, I mean. So over the month, or the 3, or the 6 month, year to date, 1 year, and as long as you've had the account. And I opened my account back in the beginning of October. And so this is all GameStop and AMC. So thank you, Reddit and everyone. You can even, if you get profit and losses from dividends, you can dig into that, margin interest, interest income, trading, profit and loss, and you can filter this by time period, right? And filter it by ascending or descending. Your overall profit and loss, profit and loss over time. And this is index. This is compared to an index. So this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You can change that to the S&P. So over the last year, the S&P has gained 17.5%. My account has gained 51.18%. So it's kind of cool to compare those two. Better comparison, I guess, would be the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ's up 27%. I'm up almost double that this year, or in the last year. And you can see it's mostly thanks to a couple of good plays. People say this, and now I believe them. But you can see your profit and loss over time. And then on this page, you can also see your positions. A lot of people are going to want to be using this to buy and sell. So to do that, you go back to your watch list, you click on the magnifying glass, and you type in the stock that you want to buy. And so I have this set up using candles. You can also do it by a line graph. This is a regular candlestick graph. I'm going to show the daily. And so you can save lines and text as well. Let me clear these off real quick. So here's the daily. It shows you when there's earnings, dividend, shows all that information. And so I've decided to use a yellow candle for a down candle instead of a red, just because I study a lot of psychology, and people trade poorly when they trade with fear. And red candlestick gives me fear. And so I know that about myself, and I know that a yellow candlestick gives me less fear, so I use the yellow candlestick. But this is just a setting that you can configure in Webull. I don't know that you can do this in other apps. Webull is kind of ahead of other apps when it comes to this sort of thing, in my opinion. So you also have access to level 2 order book. So this shows you the buys and sells, not just the best prices, the bid and ask, but 30 prices down. So this is actually really beneficial because you can put a limit order in for 132 or 134.20 as opposed to 135.40. If you're buying 1,000 shares, then that's a big difference. So you can see how many orders are out there, and you can't tell if it's a buy or a sell, but you can kind of guess based on the price. So this is helpful. It also gives you access to, and this is $2 a month after 3 months of free access, by the way. Otherwise, it turns into this. You just get the best bid and ask. But either way, you also get auction crossing, NOII, the opening and closing cross. And this is if there is an imbalance, a buy side imbalance or a sell side imbalance in the shares, it'll tell you that here. And I can post another video explaining that later, but it's good to know, just know that. And so here are the time and sales. So you can see up to 40 time and sales rows, and also you can see a volume analysis chart, which is really helpful because it tells you a lot about the psychology behind the shares. And so if it's trading at 135.37, it's above this really big sell bar of 134.28. So because it's above that, I interpret that as a buy signal. So that's good information to have. And we will provide you this information. Not a lot of other brokers that I know do for a phone app. But it'll show you the tick-by-tick sales. So every sale that goes through, you'll see that here in real time when the market's open. Very helpful. A lot of traders trade based on this. They don't even look at the candlesticks. Also shows you order flow distribution, inflow, outflow. They even segment it based on the order size. This is really helpful information. The large-scale orders in the last 5 days, you can interpret a lot based on what people are buying and selling in large quantities, right? As opposed to just a couple of shares. If people buying 10,000 shares of Apple or selling 10,000 shares of Apple, $52,000 million worth of Apple, maybe that's noteworthy. Also shows you news related to the stock by a lot of big names. Comment, so Webull has a big community, and you can predict stocks trending higher or lower based on this stock predictions widget. You can see where the hot predictions, comments about the stock that you can like and retweet, or repost, I guess. Here's a good tab, the analysis tab. It shows you buy ratings, sell ratings, hold ratings based on analyst opinions, price targets, where it's trending based on the price targets. And then this is a really good tool, the positions cost distribution. This shows you not just the volume over time, but the volume at each price point. And so I interpret this as to be a buy signal, actually, because I don't see a lot of resistance above 135.37 for Apple. I don't see a lot of sellers holding bags waiting for the stock to go up so they can sell their bag. I see people profiting. In fact, it shows you 92% of people holding shares are profiting right now. So why would anyone sell? Like, there's no reason to sell right now, guys. Not Apple anyway. So, and it also shows you the cost concentration, 90% versus the 70% cost ranges. That overlap is important, and I can explain that later. I also want to show you guys the support and resistance lines that each stock price has, and as you can see, they're both trending upward, so that's a good buy signal. If you follow the stock market at all, you'll see a lot of things related to short interest. So here are two really good pieces of information related to individuals and companies shorting a stock. So this is how many days they had to cover that short, and this is the total short interest over time. So you can see that people started shorting Apple around here. And more information about that. Here's press releases, insider activity, financials about the company, and the profile about the company. So here's just a paragraph about the company, the industry it's in, institutional holdings. This information is pretty used by a lot of traders to interpret buy and sell signals. And then you have the community tab, and where they have competitions. Webull has like a paper trading competition. Here's the leaderboard, top news, things that I don't even know, community notifications. I can create my own post, and then the menu. So you have your account information, a deposit bonus. So if you deposit money when you open the account, you get free stock. I'll throw a link in the chat, and the cool thing is if you sign up with my code, I get 2. So that's kind of how that works. This is how you transfer accounts to Webull from other accounts that maybe don't screw people over as much. And then, yeah, you can set up alerts on stocks. I have alerts set up on the S&P 500, for example. You can do it based on a sharp rise or fall, hitting a new 52-week high or low, surpassing or dipping below averages, or like you can schedule it to alert you at a certain time. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I like it. So you can transfer. Here are more options I'm not going to go into, but you can trade Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum in addition to stock options. And it has the best hours, so you can trade as early as 4 a.m. Central to 7 p.m. Central, which is more than Thinkorswim, it's more than Robinhood, and there's a lot of price volatility in after hours and pre-market trading, so chance to make more money. Anyway, that's it. If you guys enjoy it, let me know, and if you have any more questions, let me know. Later.